Okay, trying this again. Should be live now. Just going to check it on YouTube. I don't know what happened to my last event. I don't know, sometimes events just mess up like that, but it didn't seem to want to broadcast properly. But yep, there I am. Okay, and my sound is coming through. Great. We're using a much different perspective now. Just going to tweet out the new link. That's great. And I was copy pasted and accidentally opened the source code. Oops. Oh well. Hi everybody. I'm Kim Adahashiv. Yeah, I'm not using. Yeah, I'm so happy about this. I spent about 45 minutes on the phone with my brother the other day. He was so excited to see everything that I have here. He's my whole family is PC Master Race. Shouldn't you be on a table? I should, but I couldn't find my. I have like a butcher's table in my kitchen. And I don't think that doesn't strike me as possibly the safest way to build a computer. So I have like a really gorgeous like restaurant grade pure solid metal table. But oh well, I do have a table off to the side. It's like a small coffee table. But I haven't purchased my new desk yet. I realized that the new desk that I was looking at from Costco will take up 1/5 of the room in my room. So I'm having to reorganize a lot of things first. If you're wearing clothing creating static electricity, take it off. I'm not going to take all my clothing off because I have, Kenny actually sent me this, thank you, an anti-static Velcro wrist strap. Get a console. Why would I want to get a console? I don't know. The consoles have kind of lost their magic for me. It's always fun to be able to sit back on a couch and play, but it's not so fun for me because I'm just like staring at the PS controller trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I tried desperately to play some Xbox over Christmas and it just failed. So what do we have here? So this is going to be a very long, very slow stream because I haven't actually built this before. One of my buddies came by last week and we did like a 45-minute dry run of everything. So he showed me everything that has to happen. So I've already opened everything. The only two things out of everything that I have here that I haven't opened is the GeForce. I have a GTX 980 Ti. I haven't opened it yet because I was too excited. I wanted to open it with you guys. And I haven't opened the box for the i7. I have an Intel chip set that I can overclock. It is going to be fun. So yeah, happy Valentine's Day, guys. This is my fun Valentine's Day stream. I decided that I should do it, do something that I love, which is computers, which I don't quite understand, which is probably how love works with you guys. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to take a lot of time. And I'm probably going to flip the camera down a bit when I'm going through here. The OS is a USB boot of Windows 10. Don't overclock, please. No, not yet. In 2 years, when I really know what I'm going to do, what I'm doing, I'm going to overclock. I have a really, really amazing power supply and some pretty awesome fans. Like you guys, haha. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I don't have any canned air, but I actually keep 99% isopropyl alcohol on me at all times because that's what I use to clean my makeup brushes. So get out if you're a gamer girl. Make sure the memory goes into the correct slots. Okay, just to start here, what I'm going to do is just show you everything that I have here. The first thing that I brought out. Oh no, if I'm getting sick, I'm going to be very sad. First thing that I have here, well, I have everything written down. I'm going to start with the motherboard actually before I open this up. So let me know how you feel. I'm going to start with the motherboard and I'm going to pretty much first things first, paste the i7 onto it. Yeah, it's definitely going to be the first things first. Going to put the CPU on the motherboard. Then I'm going to throw the I/O panel in there and just slowly start piling things on. Show us the thermal paste. Oh, I wish I had Windows 7. I miss Windows 7, but I'm pretty much used to Windows 10 right now. I have Windows 10 Pro on the Dell that I have here. It works really well, except I have that jippy thing where the webcams stopped working on a lot of the Windows 10 machines sometime in August, which has been a lot of trouble for me. Of course, I'm going to read the manual. I've been reading the manuals for a while. Um, yeah, but a lot of times, a lot of the Windows Store programs crash this thing. So, like every time I open Calculator, I'll just, not be thinking and hit like the Windows key and start pressing Calculator to do something. So, use Linux. Well, my buddy who came over the other day said that I should just install Linux just to go for extra fake gamer girl points. Adele, what is this? The current year plus 2. Yes, it is current year plus 2. The year of our Lord 2. So maybe I won't start off by showing everything just because I have everything kind of moved off to the corner in order of what I'm going to mess with things. So I have the MSI 7Z, because I'm Canadian, Z170A Gaming M5. It's quite a few slots for just about everything. I'm quite excited. I forget why I purchased this one in the first place. Actually, what I did, because I'm a fake gamer girl, I went to PC Part Picker and I just started. I basically looked at what I needed to start, what I wanted, because I wanted to have a rig that I could have over several years. And I just started with an i7 and kind of built my way down from there. So we spent a lot of time messing around. Anti-static on. No, not yet. So I'm not going to open this yet. I have the Core i7 unlocked, i7 6700K. That is how large my computer's genitals are going to be. It's fantastic. And thermal paste. Oh, it is Arctic. Carbon neutral. Oh, it's carbon neutral. Extra fancy. So you guys are right. First things first. Got to put the anti-static bracelet on. A few slots for everything. This is true. What games are you going to christen it with? I've been trying really hard to figure out what to do. Well, I have Doom 4, which will be fun, but I've already played that on PS4 a bit, and I kind of sucked at it. It's not my fault. It was the PS4's fault. I can't thing it. Don't assume your rig's gender. As long as it works, it's going to be fine. I'm going to call it a girl because that's what it is. So I'll put this. So odds of it starting up in the first try, I'm going to say very low. I'm going to say maybe 2 boots, 2-3 boots before it turns on. Actually, I'm going to put this on my left hand because I'm right next to, this is a very old house and I have 2 different heater systems in it. One is just, so I'll ground myself to the old metal heater here. Witcher 3 with boobs. Yeah, don't blame the PS4. I will blame the PS4. Can it run solitaire in full settings? Sure hope so. It's hard to tell. I've just kind of gotten in the mindset that all I can ever play is old games because I love them. Just gonna. Okay, grounded now. I'm a little far away, but you know what? It can work. I hope it doesn't come flying off and hit me in the face. That's what she said. Yeah, I only have a single size bed. I used to have a queen size, but it's too big. It's too big. It's too annoying to try to drag around a queen size bed all the time. I like having queen size sheets on my bed. Yeah, I love DOS games too. Old Sierra games. Torrens Passage might be one of my favoriteest things ever. So now I'm worried. I know that, okay, there's my IO panel. Imagine how much steam, no, that's gross. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. I'm going to move this stuff over here. And I'm just going to flip the camera down so you guys can see what's happening better. That makes sense. What happened to the stream with you and that guy T? Well, just because Right Side Broadcasting was angry at me, I decided to just delete that stream tonight. And I don't know if I'll have everything set up by then. So I have one light on here, and I'll flip my overhead light without knocking it down. Turn this all the way down. I know. DOS games are just so wonderful. Who was angry? Right Side Broadcasting got angry at me. That's where Gorilla Mind Bunch works these days. Oh my god, no more atheists. I've sworn off of atheists. Okay, so I do know that one of the most important things with this is to never touch never touch anything. I already washed my hands with dish soap before I got in here to make sure that I'm extra unlinty. So I know that when I do remove it from its packaging, I just have to put it directly back on the anti-static thing that we have here. So let's get this guy out. Come on, friend. And I'm choosing for this build, I'm going to use my Mobo box, my motherboard box, as my computer's source of information. When I started buying kind of custom built computers, because I didn't know how to build them back in the day, they always came with the Mobo box full of everything. So that's just what I'm used to, and that's what's just going to happen. I don't know how I feel about putting stickers on things. The gaming series. And we have the quick installation guide. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a slow stream, fellas. Definitely going to be a bit slow. And they gave me a CD too. What do we have in here? We have a quick installation guide from MSI. And they gave me stickers, I guess. Are they for the SATA cables? Okay. Stickers for the internal cables. And they gave me a boot disk for some reason. A boot. Sorry. Intel motherboards, drivers, and utilities disk. It's a DVD, apparently. Oh, and they say thank you for choosing MSI. This product was made with great passion. And then a door stopper, so nobody comes and bothers me while I'm playing internets. There's a QR code on that too. Seems a little unnecessary. Who designed this? It's a do not disturb label that has a QR code on it. That's a little silly. It's a little silly. Okay, so I'm gonna put this behind me here. Somebody says, Mags, I'm working. I thought you were going to do this in the evening. This is going to take me a very long time. And I'd like to see if I can, you know, well, yeah, I do have a lot of people who don't live in North America, so I thought that I'd do kind of a daytime stream for them instead. I was busy all weekend. I spent all yesterday staring at spreadsheets, so this is rather nice. This is a nice little thing. Let's take this out of here. Put the cardboard behind me. So this is going to be nice. So I haven't actually opened this yet. So as we all know, I just have to open this, and then I'm just going to lay it straight back down in the bag to make sure that nothing happens. Wait a second, are you guys playing a drinking game wherever I say something Canadian? You're going to drink? That's no fair. We've had a terrible, terrible storm in Canada. The storm is so bad that even Justin Trudeau mentioned it when he was hanging out with Trump yesterday. Come on, open. This is really the part that I'm scared of here. Slowly force this guy open. Get that tape off. Perfect. Come on, come on. Oh, there we go. Bring the box back out and put the bag on top and the Mobo after. Good idea. This is the delicate part of it all, isn't it? There we go. Just going to make sure that the box is properly closed. It's properly closed as it's going to be. Just going to get the slots in front into it. Now, just in case. It's just afternoon and I just cracked open my first beer. I'm a bit jealous. Yeah, say sorry a million times. Sorry, 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 sorry. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How's this all looking? One thing that I have not fully investigated is I think I have 6 screws in my tower over here, and I don't know exactly how many screws I have in here. Let's bring this baby out. Very, very delicate. Oh, look at that gorgeous thing. Oh, that's going to be nice. Not a speck of dust on her. So this is going to be great. I have some pretty good stuff to start, but as you can room to add a lot more memory. And I think that they have, I think these are for connecting the GPUs together if I want to buy more than one. If I want to be that, if I want to be that crazy. Someone in the comment says, you'll have 9 holes for the standoffs. Thank you, Nicholas. I only learned last week what a standoff is. Oh, it is really nice. Ah, it's so pretty. I should just go at this with a soldering iron now. Just like that woman in that wonderful picture. Okay, so we're still in the very delicate spot of this, where I have to install this thing, my i7. I haven't opened it yet, but I think that once we get the stressful part over and I get the CPU on there, I think we're going to start having a good afternoon. Margaret, I'm triggered that you use gender programs. The only gorgeous thing in that room is you, Margaret. But the computer is great too. Try your best not to put a shotgun slug through the RAM slot. Very important. What? Just gonna put the parts behind me. Okay, just gonna move this over here. So this is exciting. I haven't opened this one yet. And I've misplaced my knife. I thought I had already opened everything, so I put my knife far away. What can I use near me that's sharp? I might have something in my little makeup counter here. 1 second. What do we have that's sharp? Oh, this works well. Perfect, I have a pair of scissors. These are actually medical grade scissors. Made in Vietnam. This is exciting, guys. Who let Margaret have a knife? It's a safety medical knife. It actually, I don't know if you can see it very well, but this knife actually has a curve to it. The computer won't be a sweet, sweet, sassy Canadian woman. Well, it'll be made by one, even though I've had incredible amounts of help from people purchasing me parts and everybody showing me what to do. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to do my best by learning as much as I possibly can about this thing. Yeah, now it's time to begin the arguments over which way to apply the thermal paste. I think, well, I looked up online the best way to apply it for the i7, and I'm pretty sure it's a vertical stripe. Margaret, keep the cardboard cutouts of serial numbers and shit just in case it's worked. This is true. Just gonna put my 2 metal things over here. Cosmetics case. Okay, let's get back at this. So, okay, everybody's going for the pea-sized demand. I don't know, internet says vertical stripe for the i7. Okay, it's a little hard to see with all the lighting here, but we do have this beautiful, beautiful green thing. Gorgeous coppery color. Installation instructions. Again, it's cut closed. It's so nice. So I'm told that it's really easy to tell where the processor actually goes, and there's really only one way to put the slot in. But I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be looking for some outside edges. I have the very large triangle down here. Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see where it matches up here now. Okay, so this will be going in there like that. I always find it's easy whenever I'm assembling anything to make sure that everything is, pretty much on the angle it'll supposed to end up with when it goes into the larger thing. Thanks for the entertaining me while BF1 updates. Oh, Battlefield. Yeah, I figured that this would be a nice comfy stream while everybody's enjoying other things. Ask on the Candid app. According to skeptics, it filters out the infactual things. My favorite thing about the Candid app is how well everyone else is covering it, so I have nothing original to say. I have nothing original to say about the Candid app, which is great because other people are doing things, and I'd rather not wade into it because it seems like a lot of e-atheist drama. Use the p-drop method. Okay, it's looking as if everybody's happy with the p-drop method. Okay, boxed Intel processor instructions. So first off, I have to get it out. I have this little cardboard. Oh, this is the stressful part. This is the stressful part. Just bend it like that. Come on, friend. There we go. I stand with harmful too. Yeah, everybody looked over. I think everybody stands with harmful. I think everyone would be totally fine if they just said, yeah, we fucked up, sorry. Margaret, I commend you for using a wrist strap. Thank you. Actually, it's one of my internet's followers, Kenny, who made sure to get me the wrist strap. So, let's see. Oh God, it is the dangerous part. This is true. Make sure you have no oil on your fingers of glue. My fingers are completely clean. I'm not even wearing nail polish right now. And I wash my hands with dish soap instead of regular soap, just to make sure that everything's fine. But I do want to make completely sure that I'm having this aligned properly with this thing. So I'm gonna check. Can't believe she was bald. Yeah, she's not really bald. She has one of the, I guess, tics. I think it's connected to OCD where you pull. Oh, here's Simon in the chat here. Simon's somebody that came over. Simon says, put the CPU down, lol. You need to open the socket first. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, because in the instructions, it's like, please open the socket. Okay, going straight for the manual to open this. Gonna be a bit quiet. CPU socket. Okay, here we go. It's got a metal lever to the socket. I can see it, but I'm a little afraid to flip that little switch there. Gonna read here, CPU socket. Always unplug the power cord. Yeah, I've already done that. Push it down to the right slightly and it will be open. Okay. Okay. Come on, you. There we go. Gently, gently, gently. There we go. It's perfect. We are open. Open for business now. Okay. Turn this lamp around a bit so we can all have some better light. Yes, I actually read instructions. No reason not to. This lamp down here. I don't trust it. It's a bit too heavy. Don't trust it to not fall over. Okay, so we now have this open. And I haven't taken the CPU out, but it looks as if it just goes straight on there. This is going to be good, fellas. Going to be good. Going to be a little stressful. Yep, I have a grand strap on. Pins down, corner aligns. Is there any better way for me to hold the CPU once it's out, except other than by the edges there? Thank you. Thank you, Minister from Kakistan. Don't worry too much unless you're planning on hammering it in. You'll probably be fine. Just by the edges, okay, just by the sides. First to open this thing. Oh, there we go. It's a pretty easy open, just one little snap. Okay, beautiful. Oh, this is so exciting, guys. Just going to turn this over to the side because I'm going to install it with my right hand. Oh, you beautiful little thing. Oh, it's so light. Still feels heavy. Okay, here goes. It's in. Had a nice little satisfying thunk. Is it in yet? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now let's close that back up again. That down there, nice and gently. My little plastic cover. Don't use too much thermal paste. Don't worry. If I use too much thermal paste, I will be hearing about it. Gently put this back on here. Oops. Why is this so stressful? I started putting the plastic case on first. That's not good. Okay, yep, so plastic case is now off and I'll put it behind me. This is so stressful because it's I feel like it's pushing down so much. I am supposed to push down quite a bit, right? Right? I'm glad you guys are here. This is completely on, right? Yeah, that's. I'm just terrified that I'm going to break it. You're doing it right. It just makes sound and doesn't take force. It's meant to feel stiff. Wow. Come on, get that in here. It's done. The force should feel smooth, no hard stops or crunchy. Yep, it's perfect. Yay. Oh, this is so gorgeous, guys. So, so gorgeous. I want to take pictures. Gonna Instagram this. Still a white girl. Still a white girl. Maybe not Instagram it, but I'll take a picture. Yay. Whew, lads. Why is this so stressful? I don't know why this is so stressful. Okay, everything I thought I knew about computers is just fled out of my mind. Just gonna box up the i7 again. Just to make sure I know where all this stuff is. Okay, so I don't know if I should be putting it into the machine yet or not. Well, I have the CPU in. I think that that's really part once I have that in. Come on, get in there, cardboard. There we go. Get your CPU fan next. Okay. CPU fan's pretty big though. Put that down here. Simon, don't forget the Intel sticker. Never. So are we all saying fan next? Fan? Okay. So this is the gorgeous, gorgeous thing that I have. Hyper 212 EVO, or EVO, I guess. I haven't figured it out. 4 direct contact heat pipes. Continuous direct contact universal mounting. Sounds good. It's a pretty big guy. Fan goes in last. Okay. Everyone, I'm going with Simon's here. So I do have the thermal paste. It's just off to the side. So RAM time, is that what we're thinking now? High performance overclocking. Okay, Corsair Vengeance LPX. Good old DDR. Two times 8 gigs. So this will be nice. So I have my 2 little spots here. I'm just going to check in the in the manual here just to make sure which 2 slots I ought to be using to install the RAM. Just going to ignore you guys for a minute while I look this up. There's the I/O panel, review of components. Okay, so it seems to go here 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of how they're counting the RAM. So just going to double check, but I'm thinking they're going to want me to install with these 2 first. Let's see. You guys are saying slots 2 and 4. Okay, yep, they're saying install in slot 2 and then in slot 4. And then afterwards you can fill in from there. Does it say anything in here? Nope, nothing. Yep, so our motherboard recommends memory module installation recommendation. So one here, one here, and then we'll be done with the RAM. Put that behind me, put the packaging behind me. This is a lot less stressful now, guys. Okay, so I have slots 2 and 4. Just open up number 2. Come on, friend. Yep, you're open now. Close off 1 and 3. Okay, so now we have the slots for 2 and 4 open. Oh, isn't it pretty? The RAM is pretty hard to push in. I agree. It's going to be difficult. Okay, so here we are. Let's see what they're nice and light. Good old Corsair. I think this is how it wants to be installed. Cable on these are facing the CPU, and push it down. Come on, get in there. There we go. That's the push I was looking for. There we go. Nice firm push on these two. And time for the second one to go in. Nice and smooth, get in there and push it down. Come on. Oh, there's one. There's two. Perfect, and when you push them down, the snaps on the side just clap right onto it. Beautiful. We're really getting somewhere, guys. And again, I'm just gonna put the packaging back. I don't want to have too much of a mess here. Play Rammstein while doing it. No. Yes, the RAM has been sufficiently rammed in. And just add that to my garbage pile behind me. Perfect. Taking a look at what else I have around here. It's looking like it might be time to open up the tower, do you think? Just gonna clean up behind me a bit. I have a bit of a mess on the table next to me. This is from the inside of the motherboard. Put that down there. Okay, you guys are gonna love this tower. Why is this stream so exciting? Well, it's really exciting for me. I'm glad everyone else is excited. Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of a attaching of things once I get everything into the tower. So I'm gonna put these behind me. I'm gonna put the motherboard behind me. The lamp out of the way. Let's see this tower. Beautiful, beautiful. I have a bit of dust on it. I'm just gonna give it a quick spray with my alcohol here. Alcohol fixes everything. And got a nice window on the other side. Try to keep this as dust-free as possible. This is a Corsair. It's one of the mid-sized towers, 100R. I think that's the label on it. 2 alcohol, the cause of and solution to all life's problems. Okay, let's get all these sides off, shall we? Get the windowed side off first. The sides on this are interchangeable, so that's very nice. There we go. Still have the plastic on this. Just going to put this off to the side so I don't knock into it. We had to get a new case for the 980. It should be good enough. I've had it looked over by top men. Let's get this next side off. There we go. Lovely, lovely. So we have quite a bit going on in this. Can get the mounting screws off to the side here. Put them by my coffee that has surely gone cold by now. You guys are correct. IO definitely goes in first. I think that's the one thing that I learned. Reorganize myself here. Perfect. Have the IO from the Mobo. Motherboard's doing fine back there. Get some more light. Okay. So motherboard will go in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 possible screws. So that's going to take me a few minutes to figure out. But first things first, installing this guy. Just going to make sure I'm going to install it correctly. Yep. Okay, yeah, so it definitely just matches up like that. That's easy enough. Somebody's asking about static. I have a static wristwatch here, so. Just cut this open. Okay, so we got this nice little guy. He's nice and light. I guess I don't think he'll pop onto the top here, will he? I think I have to go in from the bottom. Be degenerate and go in from the bottom. There's a fan here whose wire is kind of in my way. Okay, I guess this doesn't really feel like sticking too tight. I guess this is probably just supposed to stay there on account of the motherboard pushing it in. Just gonna check the manual again. This is a slow, cozy stream, trying to learn as much as I can. So push it quite hard. Okay. I'm not getting the pushy clicky noise. Comfy stream? Yeah, definitely comfy. Push harder. No. Doesn't seem much with the I/O panel here. Out of curiosity, is this your first build? Yes. Yes, it is. So that's why I'm taking it very, very slow. I'm enjoying it. Got a lot of wires in the way here too. Jordan Peterson made an epic video today. Oh, that guy's lovely. So I pretty much just have this in front of me now. What do you guys think about putting in the power supply? Because I have a wonderful power supply. Gonna move some of the things off my little shelf here so I don't get too caught up. This, that. This is empty. This can go in the pile. Garbage. Garbage. Now I just have a pile of garbage in my room. That's fantastic. Roses are red. Margaret is Canadian. Will she stay in a cucked country and risk becoming Saudi Arabian? Not PSU yet. Okay. Do component test. Just gotta keep an eye on what everybody's saying here. Check my phone. 1 second. There's actually 6 different standoffs here. It's going to be interesting to install that. Yeah. So what we're trying to figure out here is whether I should put in the MOBO first or the power supply unit. Yep, the CPU is already installed. PSU first, then you can route the cables behind the MOBO. So PSU first is the best way to do the cable management. I guess that would be nice. There's As you can see here, this this tower is definitely built for cable management to get them all out of the way. Then you can have the nice window here. Install CPU cooler, then put on the anti-static bag on box. Hook up the PSU, keyboard, and monitor outside of case. Okay, yeah, it's looking as if the power supply is probably the best thing to go for, and just gonna put the yeah, there goes the I/O. Put that behind me. Don't want to put that too far away. And the power supply unit is really heavy. I'm gonna just take off my wrist strap just to lift this up because I'm kind of far away from it. Ah, come here, you beautiful thing. RM1000X. Oh, God, this gorgeous, gorgeous thing. That wrist strap back on. If the I/O fell out, it's just not installed right. Yeah. So yeah, I should get Brianna Wu in here to help me. I know I don't need 1,000 watts. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. It's a little hard to open this thing. Here we go. Warranty guide. Put that off to the side. This is a big bundle with all the cables. I'll open that in a second. This is Mike Pence level electro power. This is true. Nice, nice. Case is gorgeous. Just going to put it off to the side so I have some more room to work with here. Is there not a desk you can build this on? No, the very large table in my kitchen is actually completely metal. I have a wrist strap on for static, so don't worry, I'm not that much of a noob. So let's take a look at this thing. Well, first off, I just want to show you all the cables that come with this. I have many, many, many options for hooking this thing up. It's going to take a few minutes to figure out how many pins go into what. Nice, nice. Okay, but before we get caught up on all the pins, is 1,000 watts sufficient enough to reverse degeneracy? Hopefully. You're probably the only person to build a PC with an anti-static. Well, I have the Mobo and an anti-static bag, and I also have a wrist strap on for static grounded. Oh, this beautiful thing. So nice and heavy. So, so, so beautiful. I have a strap here. A random extra sticker. Okay. Oh, that's good. There is a power on and power off button on the PSU itself, which means that I can get rid of all the static electricity before harming the Mobo, I believe. I think what I really should do is just turn off the, before I even boot it, I would probably just make sure that this is turned off and then try turning on the Mobo, which will just drain all the power. So, see, I'm such a noob, I always forget which one is on and off, 0 and 1. I'm non-binary, I don't understand the system. LOL. Of course there's a button. Well, okay, so we have a fan panel on the bottom of this thing. So it's nice and it's good to have that there. And then we have the top. So, go in there like that, or would it go on the bottom? Fan down, okay. Just gonna double check in the instrument, just to keep everybody from arguing, just gonna, that's the warranty guide. Oh yeah, here's, oh yeah, I was already looking at this. Fan down. Yeah. Somebody said fan up. So, yeah, I know, I know. That goes through all the supply efficiency. Okay, so you have the same case, RAM, and motherboard as me. No, you have the same case, RAM, and motherboard as me. Fan down for non-carpet things. Yeah, I don't have any carpet. It's just wood around here. Okay, and then we have one bracket for this to slip into. Is that supposed to snap down on anything? Okay, so that's in there fine. I guess what has to happen is that it has to be screwed in. This out of the way. I had a hard time figuring out where the screws are on this thing. Okay. Or if it even has to be screwed. Is there a PSU gasket? What? A rubber rectangle thing. Just gonna take a minute here, make sure I don't have anything hidden. Yes, it's a Corsair RM 1000X. Needs to be screwed 4 times from behind, is that correct? I see some screws on top. Yeah, I can see. Screw it 4 times from behind. Just wrist strap connected to the case, Babs. Soon. Just 1 minute. Put the wires on the table here. Position the power supply unit on the bottom of the case, then align the case holes and secure the PSU with screws provided by your power supply. Let's see if I have that anywhere around here. Just 1 second. Just gonna. I think I left all. I left all my screws in a box next to me here. 1 second. Got the screws. Put those back with those wires. Put this down here. Okay. And now to figure out exactly which screws put the PSU in. I don't have the best light here, so it's taking me a minute to dig around, find everything. So odd. These are all the case screws. Where are the screws that came with my power supply? Maybe I put them in with my HDD. No. Does Maggie currently have a gaming PC? No. The reason that it's so dark, it's mostly just my camera that's doing that. I have my I have a lamp kind of set up after what I'm looking at here. So sorry, just gonna be a little quiet here as I go over all my components. Oh, here we go. Here are the screws. I thought it was just a bunch of ties here. Yep, make sure to rub a magnet on my hard drive to increase performance. Yeah, I've heard of that before. You know, I've heard that using magnetize anything around your computer is a really fantastic way to make sure that, it boots faster. It might turn off by accident. Okay. 4 little screws. Turn this up while I do this. Try to get these in here. Just do them by hand first, then tighten them. Don't sneeze on your PC, no. The case doesn't come with extra fans. There is a fan actually on the case right about here. Can't really see it from here. It is taking me a minute to get this screwed in. Told you it was going to be a slow stream. It's just being slow to screw all this in. 10 minutes for each screw, pretty much. Just going slow to be careful. Yeah, I'm still new at this. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Yes, this is the ultimate mansplaining stream. Absolutely terrible. I don't know why I'm not getting these in properly. Just gonna hold on to this for a second. The screws don't seem to be aligning very well. It's very strange that they're not. Yeah, you guys are all PC splaining to me. Absolutely terrible. Should be illegal. I know it's slow going, but everyone just has to be patient, unfortunately. This really is the difference between men and women. When women are doing something, they this is the trick to women. A lot of times when women are complaining about having trouble with something, it's because they just want to complain about it. If you start offering help, then they'll just get upset at you. That's the most important thing to understand about women. It's also the most important thing to understand about all these women's marches that are going on. Women in real life really don't, they mostly just want to complain. I'm having way too much trouble with these screws. Don't know why they're not going in. It's so odd. Yeah, it's definitely true. So yeah, if you want to get along with women, if they're complaining about something, just please, for the love of God, let them complain. If you step in and start trying to tell them what to do, then they'll get really upset. It's really just a miscommunication between men and women. This is so strange. I wish I had a better answer for why this is only in there loosely. But that's just gonna have to stay there for a while. I don't know what a hex head is. These are just Phillips. Are Phillips and hex the same thing? Can you show us the screws? Yeah, so I just don't have them in there very tight. I don't have the proper, I can only get one in there tight and the rest of them not so much, just a teeny tiny bit loose. So it's just gonna have to stay like that for now. It's just gonna have to be the way that it is. Well, that's just the way that it is, guys. Somebody says PC is done in about 2 hours back. Yeah, well, again, this is yeah, Phillips is a cross screw. Are you complaining right now? No, I'm just being very, very slow. Okay, so power supply is in. It's a teeny tiny bit shaky, but that will have to be once everything is built. Once I know that everything is turned on, then I can make sure and go back that it's all screwed properly. It's making you mad, lol. Well, this is just gonna be this is just one of those things where everybody's gonna have to deal with it. Okay, power supply is now in. So now what do you guys say? Put the IO back in and the MOBO? tighten the screws now. Okay, then everyone's just gonna have to be patient while I screw around for a bit. LOL. Just be a minute. Okay, we're getting a little better with the screwing now. There, one. Sounds great. The 212 should fit. I went over this with one of my beds. He came over. Yeah, one of my buddies came over last week to make sure everything was working fine. But yeah, so far this is still pretty fun. I really never would have expected that the screws on the power supply unit were going to be the main source of my frustration. But here we are. What's that strange Canadian screwdriver? I don't know, just a screwdriver, and I just keep a whole bunch of bit heads in the back of it. Hold that baby tight. I'm not screwing things in too tight. I have weak girly arms. There we go. Okay. Power supply unit is in there nice and secure. Can you show us what you're doing? We're kind of not sure. Everything's going fine. Okay, so here's where we're at now. So, how many do I have here? So so I do know that I need to match my my motherboard with all the things that are coming down here. Yes, I have teeny tiny hands. I have little girl hands. I wear like size extra small gloves. So it's very, very teeny tiny. No, nothing has exploded yet. Get a Discord so we can help you directly. Maybe once I have this thing. It would just be too much trouble for me to try to set up Discord now on my laptop here. Yes, I have Trump-sized hand, teeny tiny Trump's hands, and it's time to put the IO in with all my Canadian power. I would have put that behind me. Yes, I did. Okay, let's make sure I have this right. Okay, should be oriented like that. This cheap case is going to be a source of frustration. It's a Corsair case. It's not that cheap. Guys don't have to be so negative about my computer. Nobody's ever going to be happy with any computer set up. So what are you gonna do? Okay, it's snapped in there properly now. I have the wire for the fan just bothering me. Just gonna stick that out through the back. Hey, we nerds are watching you build a PC. We know, we know we have to be negative. This is true. Corsair. Oh, come on. Okay, so I have the IO snapped in now. Wish I could take off more here so it was easier for everybody to see. Try to get my lamp more overhead so I can see better. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Mobo again. So I'm not gonna put it in yet, obviously, it's still on the paper. So yeah, it definitely takes up the whole back of it. Now to count how many screws are in here. It looks as if I only need 6 for this. To the manual. Why does Margaret have a prison-sized bed? I'm 5'2". How much? I'd rather have more room for other things, and I really hate. Yeah, I really don't like. I used to have a queen-size bed, but I got rid of it. It's just too big. There's just too much room. Yeah, it's not an apartment. I'm in a house right now, in a house. So I have like a gigantic basement. I keep most of my stuff in the basement. Like I have washer dryer, all that fun stuff there. But my room is teeny tiny because this house is uh, almost 130 years old. Okay, there's information on the peripherals. Don't need the M2 and DIMM slots. Just tell me, do you have craft dinner down there? Yeah, but I never eat it. Yeah, it's a shared house. It's not the only one here. Okay, so currently I'm working on, I have all these, I forget what they're called, threadings or something. These things that are sticking up into where the Mobo is supposed to go. And I'm trying to figure out how all this is supposed to be configured. I think I'm supposed to remove this middle screw here. Or am I supposed to remove that and then just gently place it on top and screw it all in that way? Yeah, the standoffs, that's what they're called. Margaret would never survive working in a Chinese factory. Yep. This is normally why I write. How many pages in your manual? A lot, but most of it's not English. Someone asks, how do you even get laid with that tiny bed? You go to his place. That's how that works. Who the heck uses a manual? Women. Women use manuals. Why would I use a YouTube guide? I really don't want to. I don't really want to see somebody with, autism telling me what to do when I can read something written by somebody with autism telling me what to do. Still, I really hate technical writers. But what if he got no place? I have standards, though. The thing is, I have one really big standoff in the middle of all this. Where about does that fit on this thing? Right here. Is there a place for it? Yes, yes, there is. The center is a guide? Okay. So, so now it's time for me to place the Mobo in. What precautions? I have my wrist strap on for static. What precautions do I have to take to make sure that I don't wreck this poor thing? Just drill a hole in the main board. Yeah, that'll work. Yep, I already rinsed it off in the shower. Hot water for 20 minutes. Align it with the IO. Okie doke. Okay, friend. Get in there. I still have that middle standoff that I don't need. Sorry, one second. Ugh. Yeah, I have this guy in here, and he just sticks up way too much. So I don't know what to do with him. It's got to be just a guide. This standoff won't even come out. Oh well. Should align with this. Okay, so that's where that's going to be matching up. I think I see it now. Yep. Let's make sure this is all lowered in properly. The IO panel. Can't get the standoffs to align properly. One is aligned. difficult. I don't have the best lighting here. Just being quiet. Now somebody's doing he will not inside us. I agree. He will save us all. Leave that there for a second. Screws that come with the Mobo. Not here. Does this thing come with a Mobo? Or am I supposed to use the ones that come with the if you need to take a break, go for it. You've been sitting there for over an hour. This is what works. Once I have the Mobo completely in, I'll be happy, and then we can take a short break. How about that? Take a look at this again. Actually made overnight oatmeal for myself. So for our break, I'll just sit here. Instead of shutting down the stream, I will just I'll just go get my oatmeal and talk to you guys on the camera. How about that? Because I'm getting kind of hungry. And before the eye was on backwards. No, it's definitely on rightwards. Maybe I just didn't snap it in properly. Except I know I snapped it in properly. Re. Okay, content du kit du accessory. Nope, not reading the French. Selling the motherboard. Use provided screws B, which are okay. I have 10 of them apparently. What province are you from? Nova Scotia. Which screws identify as B? These little guys, okay. Yeah, I live in the Trailer Park Boys city. That is unfortunate. I wish it were different, but that's just the way that it is. Do a line of Adderall off the Mobo for good luck. That doesn't sound very healthy. Just gonna start screwing it in lightly with. This is actually a cuticle pusher. Okay, that's in lightly now. I'm still bothered by why I'm having so much trouble with this. You're making sure the ports are flush with the I/O. Yeah, that's one thing that's causing me trouble here. Okay, there's my problem. The wires that I thought I'd gotten out of the way are still in my way. These guys. Okay, so the internal fan that's provided on this thing had one wire in the way that was kind of screwing me up. Seems quite a bit better now. This panel's giving me all sorts of trouble. Okay. That standoff is aligned. These are not. You're only allowed to make fun of me so much. This is my first PC build. Come on, give me that snap. Come on. Damn I/O panel giving me trouble. I'm having the weirdest troubles with these things. You're trying to do two things, Margaret. Align the I/O and make sure this, you can see the standoffs through the screw holes. Make sure you can do both. Then put in one screw, reassess. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Putting in one screw right now. Come on. This I/O panel, though. Re. It's not a cooler master casing. It's a Corsair. Yeah, everything is aligned, right? Damn, panel keeps popping out on me. Okay, let's get one of these things screwed in here. Margaret, you may need to access the back of that motherboard to put on the 12EO. Both sides of this thing pop out, so. The panel should snap in, but. moving this thing again because I'm still having trouble with that I/O panel. I'm having trouble with the strangest things on this. Such an odd set of things for me to have trouble with. You stay there. And I hit my laptop. Okay. Yeah, the wire for the internal fan in this, I think, keeps getting caught. I don't want it to keep getting caught. You stay there. Just work your way through here for a second. I think it's the fan wiring that's got me hurting. Perfect. Now it's in there. Now it's in there tight. Man up, margin, push it until it snaps. That's the difficult part. I'm a delicate female. I don't like hurting it. Tilt it in. Come on, baby. There we go. That's better. That's better. Ah, perfect. Yeah, now it finally works. Yeah, it turns out. Yeah, definitely the problem that I had here was that the wire from the internal fan was caught in between my I/O and the motherboard, and that's why it wasn't working. So, I'm gonna get this screwed in nice and easy. I did it. There. One. Oh, these guys, oh, I have them here. Go home, gamer girl. But I already am home. It doesn't count unless I build the MOBO and CPU from scratch. That's true. And as we all know, I don't even know what is the stereotype in gamer girls anyway? I don't really know many of the ones that are kind of fake into gaming. Maybe they're just all on Twitch. I don't know how you could game for that many hours a day and not like it. Women can't play video games. I don't know. We're probably pretty good at the Korean games, but I don't really like Dota or even StarCraft. I never got into StarCraft myself. Angry and 300 pounds. Come on, get in there. I'm kind of glad I have teeny tiny hands. This makes it a lot easier. That's what she said about her MOBO. Okay, I'm starting to feel more confident now, guys. Roof Korean is the best Koreans. You know, whenever people talk about do women have separate gaming leagues? I don't know. I don't know I would want to. Do you play terrible visual novels or scary games? I like playing DOS games. Very childish in that regard. I like playing the games of my childhood. The ones where you can pretty much see the coding as you're playing. You're like, well, I can see how many lines went into this. Yeah, I pretty much just like girl games. I like things that like slight point and click with some slight thinking. Like I finally finished playing the Talos Principle the other day. That was quite fun. Except I think the game went on for too long, the Talos Principle. And the other bonus stages in it where you pretty much had to find stars were a bit too difficult. A bit too unnecessarily difficult. Oh, you're not in there, right, are you? Come on, friend. Dark Souls. Will you be getting any of the VR helmets? I've tried, not quite the VR helmets, but the ones where you can tap on the side and put your cell phone in them. Those are pretty fun. The really simple games on those are actually quite fun, where you're just pretty much shooting. It's kind of good. It's kind of a nice couch game. Minesweeper. So what's the rig for? Gaming. Any game that came in the last 10 years, really. gaming and streaming. So I'll be able to hold better streams. Yeah, slightly better streams than what I'm currently doing, where everything just breaks all the time. So then I can have like a work computer set aside, like my laptop, for doing fun writing and fun copy editing, because that's incredibly exciting. Uh, and then something really nice where I can do videos without breaking my life. Do you like Canada and Stick of Truth? I think that the Canada and Stick of Truth is probably one of the most accurate representations of this country ever produced by video games. I think, was that Ubisoft? I forget. I think it started with one company when they were doing it, and then it ended up with Ubisoft. Uh, I'm really impatient for the next Stick of Truth game. Like, I forget what it's, oh shoot, I forget what it's called. It was supposed to be out around Christmas. I'd watch you fail at Dark Souls for 40 hours. That's all I would do with Dark Souls. I would just fail at it for 40 hours. And then it would just, do you think that people on the internet are mean? I would get a lot of abuse heaped on me by family members if I started to play Dark Souls and failed. Okay, the sixth and last little one of these, and the MOBA's all installed. Fractured but whole, yeah, that's it. Hentai game stream. I hope so, except you're not allowed to play Yandere simulator, I think, on Twitch. And I've watched a few playthroughs of that. It seems pretty funny, just killing people around a school. I think that's the entirety of the game, if I'm correct. Well, you're just hiding right in the corner and you don't, huh? You little wallflower. Everyone fails at Dark Souls, that's how it works. Doo-doo-doo. I think it's shameful that I never learned lefty lefty loosey righty tighty in high school. I feel like that should just be in the curriculum, just for the hell of it. It's one of the most important life skills. Okay, we got this thing in here snug. We did it, guys. We did it. Ah, oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I think that we should take a slight break. I'm gonna grab something to eat. I'm not gonna turn the stream off. The stream is just gonna be here, but I'm just gonna put this thing right behind me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm going to eat some overnight oatmeal and stare at you guys, and we can talk a bit. How about that? We'll take a break. We'll feel better afterwards. Down there, tower behind me. Ooh. Yeah, perfect. Sounds great. Gonna take off my fancy wrist strap that keeps me from melting my Mobo. Yes, it is one of those streams. So I'll be back in a minute, guys. So this is your time to go use the bathroom or to get something to drink. BRB. I came back. Tilt this up a bit so you can actually see my face. These are pretty good headphones. I gotta say, I quite like them. That's slightly better. Okay, and I actually have this light in my face, so I'm just completely drowned out. That's kind of funny. That's better. I always have trouble with lighting because I'm just so darn pale. So that's something I can't really. Can't really change. This is great. I know I have a giant mess in the room, giant mess of boxes and stuff. Yeah, it was fast. It's not raw oatmeal. It's overnight oatmeal, except I just made it this morning actually. Um, yeah, I'm next to my kitchen. My kitchen is 3 times bigger than my room. I have 9% fat Greek yogurt on the bottom, and then I put a whole bunch of oatmeal on top. Well, just oats on top, and then I put some maple syrup in because I'm Canadian and I wanted something sweet. And then I put some oatmeal milk, uh, almond milk, sorry, on top of it. And then you just let it sit for a few hours, and then it is delicious. Why do you have a skull in your room? I don't have a skull in my room. No, I would never have a MacArthur in my room. It's degenerate. You live in a cupboard, don't you? The house is 130 years old. The rooms are very small. Nom 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 nom. This is very good. I would love to find a woman that doesn't wear makeup. I don't wear makeup half the time, but you would not be able to see my face if I wasn't wearing makeup. That's the thing. Why do you have a dead body in your room? Because he pissed me off. That's why. That's true. I do have a skull in my room. It's just in my head. It's keeping my eyeballs. It's like keeping my eyeballs socketed. How old are you? I'm 29, but I'm very young looking because I stayed out of the sun. I'm youthful. Do you live in leggings? Yes, I do. I have one pair of jeans, but the reason I'm eating oatmeal right now is because I ate way too much chocolate over Christmas, so like my one pair of jeans don't even fit. Did that house lose all of its windows in the Nova Scotia explosion? Yes. This is a pre-explosion house. You also have to listen to me chew. Sorry. Let's throw the boxes next to your bed. I've been unboxing each part as I go. Do you even have sun in Nova Scotia? Yes. What's your day job? I work for American news organizations. It's kind of hard to describe what I do, but I pay attention. I just pay attention to the news a lot. I try to pay attention. Um, it's not quite writing clickbait headline. It's really hard to describe. I just don't want everybody to know where I work because I don't want them to have to be like, yeah, this is one of the people who's in charge of the news, a Canadian. Someone says, I have a friend from Nova Scotian Xbox. Tell me a good insult to call him. Hoser doesn't really work around here. I don't know what a good insult would be around here. Anything from Trailer Park Boys works really. Tell him to frig off all the time. Oh, I would never work for Vice. How do I get that job? I don't know. Spend a lot of time working in and around right wingers. Have you met Milo in person? No. Fuck that guy. No, it's not Heat Street. Are you still a Milo fan? Well, he owes me money. He owes me a lot of money. So I'm not really a fan. Calling like it's only ever Americans who call Canadians snow beaners. It's not really a thing around here that we use. No, that actually is true. Actually, Nico, uh, calling somebody from Nova Scotia a newfie would make me very angry. I used to write articles for Milo, but f that guy. Yeah, his meme stealing, putting watermarks on it. You can't just steal a meme. How dare somebody? Milo owes me several $1,000s. He never paid me for working on the privilege grant. No, way more than $350. I'd be able to go on a really nice vacation if Milo finally paid up. That's not right. You can't just steal a rare Pepe. I have a couple of rare Pepes though. I have to say, R9K has some of the nicest rare Pepes. Question: do you have a negative local reputation due to politics and public presence? I don't know, probably. I'm too old to care. What are you eating? Overnight oatmeal. It's just oatmeal with yogurt and almond milk. If Milo paid you, you could afford a pre-built PC. This is true, but I'd still rather build it or to get somebody else to do all the building. I still prefer to build it, so I actually know what the hell is going on. It's more fun. How'd you make out during that crazy ass blizzard yesterday? I was in, just toasty warm. Is it people from Nova Scotia who ride the Pogie half the year? Yeah, the welfare or Pogie rates, as they call them, are incredibly high, like probably 40 or 50% in some parts of the province. So people work the fishery season and then they get welfare the rest of the year. How's your health been? Not great. Better than usual. But yeah, we've been trying to change one of my medications around for the last couple of months, and it's just making me it it's it's not always a medication that works on your guts, but whenever I change something, I'm just like a crazy person for a week or two. How am I not married or on the road to marriage? I do try to keep my personal life out of things. Get any good Valentine's presents? I was uh I was gonna check my PO box today, but there was a blizzard, so I hope I don't get yogurt on my mic. The blizzard wasn't even that bad, but it was really heavy snow and it was blowing and drifting a lot. So there was a lot of whiteout conditions and it was really difficult to keep the streets clear. So it wasn't really safe. Would you ever move to America? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. America's pretty awesome. There's only 3 places in Canada worth living in. 3 or 4, depending on what your job is. I can't just move to America. I'd like to. I don't know. I had to get my health settled first. You weren't on Accutane. Yeah, I used Accutane in high school because I have really terrible skin. It actually wasn't that bad. I just had really, really stubborn skin. Even now, my skin is like incredibly stubborn. Uh, but I use some really, really good products actually. So they tried me on like a few different kinds of products, and they're like, whatever, Accutane. Normally, you take Accutane for 6 months, but I took it for like 3 months or something because I didn't need it for that long. But yeah, Accutane can basically set you off on the path to ulcerative colitis. But I have other family members who are now being diagnosed with ulcerative colitis who did not take Accutane. So what are you gonna do? Uh, do you like your compatriots, Gavin McGinnis and Stephen Crowder? I didn't realize Gavin was so short, but it explains his personality a lot. Gavin really needs to apologize for introducing Vice magazine. And I don't think that Gavin can really. I think Gavin is taking twice as much Adderall as he should be taking. What's your prediction on the future of Canada? I, if I were a fortune teller, that would be fantastic. I'm not sure. Kiss, Mary, kill, Milo, Trump, O'Reilly. Uh, obviously, Well, I would marry Trump. Maybe kill O'Reilly and then just kiss Milo. I'd like to see Milo get his redemption. Yeah, we're gonna be 99% Muslim by 2019. So yeah, current year plus 4, I guess. Is too much Adderall your nice way of calling someone autistic? No, being autistic I don't think is bad, but taking too much Adderall is really obvious and it bothers me. I've spent enough time in politics that you can kind of tell who's taking which drugs. A donaire is. I actually used to work at the place that made the pita bread for the donaires. I was the white girl who worked at the bakery, at the Lebanese bakery. Uh, I don't know. All donaires just make you throw up nowadays. I understand your issue with Milo. What's the issue with Gorilla Munch? He's great. Like first off, the problem with Gorilla Munch is that just enough of his stories are not sourced properly or are fake news to the point where you just can't trust anything that he says offhand. Like I worked with him on the MAGA 3X campaign, and I was trying to get him. Like what I really wanted to do was do like a produced, like daily set times where instead of him doing Periscope, I said I will just produce for you and give you a list of topics to be talking about and take care of people who wanted to do call-in shows and things like that. I said you do your own thing, just make it your own little news source about Donald Trump and what's happening. But he didn't want to do it because he didn't really want to. He didn't want to be the guy. Like for whatever reason, he just didn't want to do it. I was like, okay. But now he's started with the new radio show on Right Side Broadcasting. The thing about radio, I have a little linty thing on my mic. Radio will always be friendly to the right wing. Radio will always be the best for conservatives. So that's what we should always find ourselves going back to. And especially call in and talk radio is where conservatives really get to keep an eye on what's happening in the country. So, but so yeah, also with Gorilla Munch, he's also coming up with just crazy stuff, crazy unnecessary things like nootropics. Except his nootropics that are helping people seems to be giving everybody, I don't know, diarrhea and headaches. So I'm not too sure about that. But he just doesn't seem to be. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. Like, and he also, like, of course I can't say anything because I'm on Patreon, but I think it's funny that he pretends that he's this incredibly well-off man, but he gets like 10,000 a month on Patreon. A lot of people on the internet will pretend that they are just independently wealthy and anything else you send them is just going to be used to help them build whatever. But he doesn't really have much independent wealth, so it's just Patreon. So I think that's what annoys me whenever somebody is benefiting off of Patreon or other things like that, which of course I fully support. But the fact that he never really goes at this as if he is being hired basically by his patrons. He speaks as if he just has all kinds of money in the bank and he's out there just, going out with these crazy schemes. What about alimony? Not too sure. Fix the audio. Give me a second. Turn the audio up a bit. I also don't want to be chewing too much in your faces. Is that any better? Yep, the CPU's already in. Doesn't Gorilla Munch get money from his wife? I can never tell how to pronounce his name, Cernovich or Cernovich. Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely the CIA. My room is messy right now because this is all boxes of unboxed computer things. All girls' rooms are messy. Um, most of them. I I guess like well, I basically try to keep my mess to like my cosmetics area. So like I have right now I just have a giant basket full of a whole bunch of cosmetic stuff. It looks like hell just because I don't understand how to box it away yet. Do you consider Lauren Southern a reputable journalist? Uh, I don't know. It's well, unfortunately, I don't have much time to watch all of her stuff, so I don't know how much of it is journalism versus how much of it is just kind of covering things that are funny. Do you have any guns? The most important thing to do is to never tell anybody whether or not you own guns. Thronovich is not an alt-righter. No, not at all. Gorilla Munch. A lot of these guys a lot of the guys who talk about the alt-right but aren't really alt-right, just came from the pickup artist community. That's all they are. They're just nouveau pickup artists. Sorry, I'm continuing to eat here. I have to eat. Are Canadians mostly progressives and cucks? Well, we have the CBC, which is cancerous. Oh yeah, and also the Gorilla Munch book, Gorilla Munch Mindset, Bonobo Mind Frame, is just absolutely horrible. If you want a good time, read the lowest Amazon reviews of Gorilla Mindset. Is PJW a pickup artist? I actually kind of feel bad for PJW. Like, I spent a lot of time at home, but I really don't think he leaves his home. Like, I try to take Saturdays off. Yes, happy Valentines. I try to take Saturdays off of like social media and just answering my phone and things like that. And I go do things like I'll like your hockey games and stuff like that. But I don't think that PJW leaves the culture that everyone else is living in. I think it's important to experience the way that everyone else world, but I don't know if he really does that. So if they're talking about how conservatism is the new punk rock, which is laughable. Do you like pickup artists, Marge? No. They don't work. It's just you feel bad for them. Well, especially when you talk to the pickup artists, you're mostly just interested in hearing what their next little line is going to be. You're not interested in them. You just want to see what the next line in their script is going to be. What game are you going to play on your first new PC? I'm not sure. I have I have a few things on Steam that I want to try on. I don't know how Canadians can feel safe in a country run by a Stepford husband, SJW mannequin like Trudeau. Poor Trudeau. Trudeau grew up with everybody telling him he was smart. But he's not as smart as his father. Not that I liked his father at all. My hockey selfie was amazing. You're such a spaz. LOL, LOL, LOL. Hey girl, are you a school? Because I want to shoot kids inside of you. And then the women sleep with them to see if there's any more pickup game. No, that's about it. Well, think about the old school pickup artists. I'm talking the guys like 10 plus years ago, the Matt Forneys of the world. Play some Dank Souls. I don't know. I will fail pretty quickly if I start playing some Dark Souls. I don't want to get laughed off. I don't I don't have to be like a name Dark Side Phil, DSP. I don't have to be that bad. No. Well, I'll pull up Steam right now. I will see if any of the games here really catch my fancy. I kind of want to play Secret of Monkey Island. Hey Margaret, do you smoke weed? No, that's degenerate. Like I take enough drugs for my for my guts that I don't really bother with anything else. But I'm also in my late 20s. Why would I smoke pot? Do you always sit yoga style? Yeah, it's not very good for the small of your back, but I do prefer sitting on the floor. Like last time I had like a proper desk with like a proper computer chair. I ended up getting rid of them after a couple of months. Oh, I've just given up. I didn't like it at all. You'll get a Trump-like leader there sooner or later. We don't really need a Trump-like leader. We're like a constitutional monarchy that just has way too much room. I'm no pickup artist, but I don't see how they're feminists. No, they're not feminists at all. They're just trying to latch onto anything that makes them feel good about themselves, I think. Gotta be edgy. Have to be edgy. Have to cut yourself on that edge. What are some games that I have on Steam that I might want? You smoke crack? No, I wouldn't even know where to get crack. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Nice, nice Hedberg. Papers, please. Good thing for the Trump presidency. The original Quake. That'd be pretty funny. Yes, build build the incredibly expensive PC and then play Monkey Island on it. I haven't finished playing Risky's Revenge. Unreal Gold. I should just play Unreal. Or Civ 5. I have Civ 5 on here. Somebody says, I thought you can't eat carbs. Why the oats? Well, no, I can eat carbs. Carbs are actually the easiest thing for me to eat. But oats are just one of the easiest things for me to eat. Highly nutritious and delicious. Squats and oats, pretty much. How else am I going to have a nice butt if I don't eat oats and do squats? Not sure. I should try Hotline Miami again. Never finished. Never finished that. But I do have Doom, the new Doom. That might be something really good. Build a PS4 to play about Bloodborne. That would just be horrible. Do not recommend. Broforce. I only played a few minutes of that. I don't know. I need to keep thinking about it. Need to keep thinking about it, guys. GTA 5. Nah. There's so much food in here. It's like breakfast and lunch. I have the game of the year of Deus Ex. And Mankind Divided. Nah. I also have Dakatana. I forgot I have Car Mechanic Simulator. I've been dying to play Car Mechanic Simulator. Interested in Dota? Not really. A lot of the MOBAs I don't really like. Oregon Trail or Oregon Trail? Papers, please. Is it stressful? I don't know. I'd like to play it. I've just been holding off on so many games. I think I put too much product in my hair today. I might have to set aside a few days to just pretend to be autistic and play Car Mechanic Simulator. I do have DEF CON. Street Fighter V. Okay. Yeah, I like watching the Street Fighters. I think it's kind of fun to watch the streams of people with like Street Fighter championships and stuff like that. The characters, like the people who are playing are just so damn funny. Don't Starve. I have Don't Starve and Don't Starve together. It's really easy to kill time on Don't Starve. Oh yeah, I have Another World. You know that old game? It's like the remastered version of Another World. You can see me get killed like a million times. What kind of genres do you like? I don't really like not Some first-person shooters, I guess. It's not really my favorite thing. I like first-person pointers. I like kind of action adventure games where there's a story to enjoy. We could all play Castle Crashers because I haven't played that yet. Ever tried Renown Explorers International Society? No, I haven't. Nintendo or Sega? I remember playing Sega when I was a kid, but we had an original Nintendo, so that's kind of what I like. You will never see more salt from a Street Fighter player, trust me, than from a Street Fighter player. That's why it's so much fun to watch Street Fighter. Not so big on it, but just watching the bands back and forth. Oh God, what's his name? What's his name? Who handed the ass to low tier God? I, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Who the fuck was that? I think I still follow him on Twitter. um, Somebody saying Bastion, like the game, or are we talking about Overwatch? Real gamer girl. I'm an old school gamer girl. Um, get that name. Yeah, but shoot that little lanky guy. Yeah. But do you guys know who I'm talking about? One of those fellas I think it was a Street Fighter tournament. Attorney, and he just like handed the ass to low tier God, and he's like half his height, super white, like super Slavic looking, and he just fucking reamed him like to the North Pole and back. Yeah, it's true. He cannot handle a loss, though, man. It's so funny. See, I don't play Street Fighter, but I do like to watch it. Fake gamer girl. Huh. I'm glad other people watch the dumb stuff that I do. I really am. If you start playing Skyrim, you'll never want to stop. Yeah, I hear that that is a problem. But now that I can just Twitch it, then I will have an excuse. Do you like turn-based games? Um, XCOM too. Well, I'll have enough space to actually have XCOM in my computer. Uh, Viscant. Yeah, that's it. He's a Marvel player, like with card games, like building card games or something. Marvel. Like, what do you mean? Uh, I kind of like turn-based games. I've been playing because I'm an idiot. I've been playing Final Fantasy V, and I've just been keeping it on the turn-based system. Yeah, somebody's getting mad at me to finish the oatmeal. I'm all finished now. It's all done. Oatmeal out of a mason jar because it's more delicious. You know what? Glass is a non-reactive substance, so you can keep anything in there. Okay, so how about we take a short break? Then I can make some more coffee for myself, and then we can finish all this. How about that? Yes? Back in 5? Okay, deal. Back in 5. Save. Okay, I'm just gonna hit term camera off, and then hopefully anybody new coming to the stream won't immediately leave. Okay. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. That camera back on. Sounds good. And we are back, and it is time to continue here. I'm trying to move some of the mess out of the way. I'll just give this a minute and make sure everything's working. Say hi to everybody in chat. Yes, Shadowlay. I actually just reheated coffee from this morning. Cough, making gross noises too. Okay. Okay, so I think the next thing we really ought to do is a bit of cable management. What do you guys think? Make sure this is lighting this properly. Also that it's not too much into the screen so that it's annoying. Okay, so if you're just joining us, we have the No, I will not look into the screen and say he will not divide us. Well, just before I put the cooler on, really. Is Margaret a little person or is that computer huge? This is actually just a mid-sized tower, but I'm 5'2", so I'm teeny tiny. Is the motherboard backplane ported? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm just a teeny tiny little personage. Okay, so we still have the cables back. Ah. So one thing I really ought to do is get this internal fan out of the way. Try to figure out where this thing plugs. That says system fan, so but that doesn't have the 3 pins here. Oh man, this will take a minute. CPU fan, 4 pins. Good thing everything is written down here, or else I would never know. So I guess this would be the system fan and not the CPU fan. But will it still work if it's 4 pins and that has, this is 3 pins and that has 4 pins? I'm just gonna double check on that. Yeah, so yeah, back to the boring fun stuff. The boring fun stuff where I'm reading and trying to figure out what's happening. Keep getting messages from my friend. Okay. There's that. Let's hit it with a wrench. I think so. Cables might get in the way while installing fan. Well, just the CPU cooler is pretty big, so I just want to get this internal fan internal fan plugged in properly. But I don't know if it goes on system fan or CPU fan. I'm guessing it goes on system fan, not CPU fan. But hey, oh yeah, get my wrist strap on. Why on bed? Because please stream Overwatch with us. Yes, I can't wait to start playing Overwatch again instead of on my sad little potato computer. Good. So what was I looking up? Fan. Until now I'm looking at the French part. Gosh darn French. French people everywhere. Power in the case fans. So this thing. After locating your 3 or 4 pin fan headers on your motherboard, plug in the included fan cable. Okay, so any plans for cosplay? I managed to break my Mercy cosplay because my boobs were too big in it. So it has to be redone in leather. We've pretty much checked out everything. We've I know a lot of people who do cosplay and quite a few people who've done that stuff professionally. Somebody asks why no boobies? Because the most important thing here is this computer. I don't need to wear anything low cut because this is much sexier. Yeah, Mercy has to be completely redone. in leather, unfortunately. Don't you call me a nerd. Ground the case. I'm wearing a wristwatch thingy here, so everything is fine. Yeah, my boobs are too big for the costume. Plus, we had quite a bit of trouble with the fact that the neck hole was pretty much on my carotid artery. Cosplay as Miss Marvel. Is she the one is like an Islamic woman now or something? I'm just making sure I'm sticking it into the right pin, even though it says system fan. I'm sure it's the right one. I just want to be completely sure. Oh man, I wish I would kill for pizza right now. I don't know why I'm stuck with oatmeal. All right, just 1 second. Yes, so system fan should be fine. I guess I can unwire this. It's funny now I have like people I know sending me messages being like, here, do this. Okay, and there's really nothing I can do to make this cable look any less terrible, so that right in there. Sounds great. Yeah, Miss Marvel is currently Muslim. Captain America is a blonde former. What is this cable? This cable is there's a fan in the back. There's like just a system fan in the back of the case. So I guess actually you can't see it from that angle. But yeah, we have a fan right here. So I was just making sure it's plugged into the right spot. Okay, so that is plugged in, and I don't really want these guys yet, but yeah, I did just want to get the system fan out of the way first. Oh, that's gonna look hideous. But now that the system fan is plugged in, now we get to open up the Cooler Master Hyper 212. It's gonna be fantastic. What's the deal with Quebec anyway? We don't talk about Quebec. So we got some components here. And look at this pretty, pretty thing. Oh, that's so nice. And it even has some silica gels in there that I can eat later. Yeah, look at this. It says do not do something to it, but I can't really read it. So that's nice. Looks like we have some nice copper tubing on the bottom. That's so nice. It's so nice and quiet. Good old Cooler Master. So let's take this fella out of there. And I have to double check on which way the fan has to go, whether or not it sucks or it blows. But I do believe it'll end up being that way. And then it will just sit like that. But yeah, just in case, I'm going to make sure that this fan either sucks or blows. Okay, is it heavy? It's not that heavy. It's well, like it's about half metal, and this is all just like a really, really light plastic. So that's good. It'll be easy to clean when I eventually have to open this up in a few months for, its first major cleaning. So put that there for a minute. Let's take a look at the components that are in here. If I can open the box. Okay, oh, isn't this pretty? Okay. So I haven't actually looked on how to install this particular fan. Let's see. So it goes down like that over the ram. Okay, before you even get too excited about all the little accessories to make sure that it's braced in there correctly. So it comes with a few different things here. And oh my gosh, it also comes with its own little bit of thermal paste, but I already have some, and I have the better stuff. So very nice. So let's take a look at the manual. Don't you guys think? Uh, yes, I should be doing this right. I forget. We figured out what direction the fan was supposed to be going in last week, but now I can't remember. Like, your fan is sucking side up in this case and blows into the cooler. Yum, silica gel. Okay. Is it just one-sided? Okay, so AMD and Intel instructions are the same. Okay, so it says first things first, take off the fan, I guess. Okay, so we take off the plastic part while installing everything else. Okay, and then you slowly end up bracing it down. Sounds good. Yep, whack it with a screwdriver. I hope it'll run Twitter good. I hope it'll run Pinterest even better. Okay, so we have this thing. And get it off of there. They are the masters of cooling. We should be more respectful of their cooling mastery. Okay, come on, fella, get off of there. Snip, snap. Why don't you want to come off? Okay. Gotta press both of these side things down at once. I feel like this is not a feminine thing because you need to have giant hands to snap any of this stuff off. My God, this is so difficult. Why? Why is this so hard, guys? Why? On. Definitely need big man hands for this. Well, it's telling me to remove it just so I can get all the bracing in and around it. I'm basically just following the instructions. Come on, little buddy. Okay, one side snapped off. Just gotta get the other. Why are you removing the fan? Because it's telling me to do it. Yeah, this is just what the instructions on the Hyper have to say. Because if you don't get the fan off, then you physically can't screw down where it's supposed to be screwed. What I will use is my cuticle pusher. Good old wood. There we go. Nice, soft, yielding wood. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, instead of using my nails, just steal from a girl a cuticle pusher, you'll just get like a nice thin piece of wood. You'll end up mashing up a few of them, but it's a really, really soft way to basically access anything. Okay, so now please peel off label before using, warning. Okay, so now we get to the pea-sized amount. Pea-sized amount, and then this guy goes on right here. What's happening? Okay, it wants me to assemble the a little spidery stuff first. That's kind of odd. Okay, yeah, these are the Intel instructions. That's correct. Good. Okay, so now we have to use Rude Mr. Spidery thing. Okay, time for a close, boring look at these instructions. Okay, it goes on like that. This will take a minute. Why is everything so difficult? Should be correct. Yep. I'm gonna screw this into here, pretty much by hand. Definitely these screws are messing with me. Okay, it's got a spring on this, so it's going to be difficult to completely get in. Okay, so it'll screw in afterwards. Just trying to follow all the instructions here, sorry. Okay, then this will end up going there. Okay, sounds good. That's exactly where it's supposed to go. Just put this down here. I still haven't peeled off the sticker from the fan. So time for thermal paste, guys. Don't eat the thermal paste. I was hoping to. Okay. This out here. Just try a bit on the cardboard here to make sure that it's running nice. Okay, and it is. Okay. So what I'm gonna do I'm gonna tweet it. I'm pretty sure I have the right one. Just so everybody can check to make sure that it's done right. Tweeting it right now, guys. Yes, Ian. About time I put on the fucking thermal paste. I used to have some really crazy person who was probably incredibly schizophrenic get incredibly angry at me constantly because of the thermal paste in my laptop. I don't know why. I don't know why he focused on the thermal paste, but it was really disturbing. I think that's just enough. I don't have to spread it all over the CPU as it will spread to flat surfaces. Take this off. Nice and clean. And get that on there. Well, that feels nice. Make sure all the sockets are on there properly. Kind of annoying to open. Oops. Just gonna ignore everybody for a minute while I work through this. Oh, sometimes I hate instructions. Give me a moment. Sorry. Just can't look up right now, guys. Ugh. Springs on everything here. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Just settle that for a minute. Give me a whole bunch of extra parts because it can work for Intel and AMD. Just gonna cover all your views for a second. This is just getting annoying here. Oy vey. Sorry, I can't be too interactive right now. Screwed in. Yeah, everybody's freaking out about different methods of a thermal paste. But come on, guys. More than anything, it's the bracket here that I'm having trouble with. I understand enough about how the physics of the situation works. But yeah, it's just this bracket that's giving me more trouble than it's worth. Get this out of here. So just take a minute. I keep saying that, it's going to take a few minutes. Okay, so here's my problems. I don't know if you can see this really well. You probably can't with all the light, but there are two different, the screws here are kind of just pre-installed, and they're just in slightly the wrong spot for this particular chipset. Yes, I removed the sticker from the heatsink. I'm not that stupid. Like, come on. There we go. Okay, sounds good. Much better. This will work a lot smoother now. It's no harder than building something from IKEA. It's mostly just slow and steady. Yep, still got that right. Okay. Just knocking screws around here like crazy. Okay, I'm having a lot of trouble with this. It's okay, guys. You don't quite have to freak out. But I'm just gonna move this, and I'm just gonna alcohol off the here because I'm having enough trouble with it. But I'd just like to start fresh. Oh, look, we pretty much had perfect coverage there. That wasn't too bad. Guys, I'm just following the instructions. Actually, I don't get to wipe this off. Sticky tack. Okay, I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm going to just get some coffee filters so I can wipe off the alcohol, okay? BRB. Yes, I can see everybody saying backplate. I don't know if I need that on here though because it's not particular to the Intel instructions on these. So BRB. Everybody calm down. The backplate isn't necessary for everyone, so I have instructions here. They give you instructions and things for AMD and Intel. Yes, it's not necessary for all Intel plates. Yeah, I'm following a different set of instructions. If I had a different chipset, then it would be different. I put that alcohol. Guys, don't have to be that impatient. Why would I get drunk and come back to install? That doesn't sound like the right thing to do. There's that wrist strap. Alcohol dries so fast. No, I didn't apply too much thermal paste. My God, you guys. Should work on constructive criticism instead of just criticism. No, I didn't use too much paste. Good grief. Get that nice and clean. 99% alcohol works for everything. What did you expect? You know the chat is cancer. That's the problem with computer builds. It's really hard to get over the fact that whenever you talk about computer builds, there's the people who agree with you are generally just like quiet about it, but people who disagree with you will get involved. You have the instructions in front of you, and I need the back plate, but that's not the kind of Intel chip that I'm working on. They have different instructions for everything, and the chipset that I'm working is not the one that needs the back plate. I'm just reading the chat here. Nice and clean. Okay, just to make everyone happy, I'm just going to go for the plate. Because if it works, then I'll be wrong. Why did she waste the Arctic paste? System fan's in the way. Let's see. This is looking a little bit too... This is just simply not going to fit. I really don't think that the plate can even begin to fit on here. There's not going to be any plate unless it ends up just riding right above stuff. Let's see. Seems pretty odd. Behind the motherboard. Okay. I keep telling you guys, this isn't how to talk to people about computers. Lost my one little thing there. So what on earth is this supposed to do? Just brace it, I guess. Yep, so this is what the back of it looks like. Is this what you're talking about with the back plate? This thing gives lots of extra inserts because it has instructions for several different things. Okay. What I'm going to do is Take a look at this, make sure it works. I'm just gonna put it on with the bracket first and see if everyone's happy. Everybody calm down, or else I'm just gonna start calling you all a bunch of women. Just calm down. Everybody calm down. Make sure I'm not sitting on anything. It's okay. It's okay if everybody's on their period. I can understand. Put that back there. These instructions off to the side. Just some ties. Okay. Misplaced one of my screwy things here. Everyone just needs to calm down. Just taking a look at the instructions here, because this is how normal people build things. I originally wasn't get the 1000 watt. I had a, I forget what watt my other one was. I think it was 300 or 500 watt. But somebody sent me the 1000 watt, which is obviously better. The cardinal sin that I'm committing is that everybody has a much different idea of what a computer should look like. I do appreciate the input everybody has on the input parts, but I did have somebody who used to build computers for a living take a look at what I have the other day. Okay, so an Intel i7, the one that I have should be 1151, I believe. So in that case, I'm following the instructions for the 1150. Yep, the CPU is already installed. So how about this? I still have quite a bit of work left to do on this thing. Yeah, listening to my soothing voice should calm everyone down. But how about this? Just to give everybody some time to cool off, why don't we take a few hours break from this? I'm just going to put this off in the corner, just going to let it sit there. We'll all have fun. We'll all run around the block a few times, exercise a bit. And then we will come back and finish building this after I've checked over everything. So that'll give me some time to take a look at take a look at all the instructions here, so I won't have to witness any more autistic meltdowns in the chat. A few hours break, yeah. Yeah, my city has been shut down, and everything is finally opening at 5 o'clock today. So the backplate will not divide us. Wait a second, everything is open now in my city. I will not lose faith. Here's just one moment. I'll just put this off to the side. Come here, baby. You can sit down. Where can I sit you? Don't want to step on anything. I have my alcohol over here. Darn wrist strap's always in the way. Put that guy down here. Okay. You ruined it. Oh no, nothing has been ruined. Everything has been fine. Still got the static tape here. Okay, I'll just turn this up and say hi to everyone for a second. I should probably turn this off so my voice is my face is no longer completely obscured. Oh my gosh, I still haven't even drank my coffee yet, guys. How do I fart? I really don't. That's the thing. If you, I have to eat an incredibly modified diet. If you tried to eat the same thing I did, you'd pretty much end up hospitalized with like an impacted colon, because everything I eat is designed to not really create gas. So, well, I'm much different than most other women. That is the problem. I still haven't even finished my coffee. Yes, everyone can calm down. Yeah, you don't have to completely lose hope, because again, I did have somebody who has built computers for a living go through everything, and he knows that he's been watching half the build here, and he knows that I'm building it on this bed with the static sheet under it with the wrist strap on, and that I'm constantly grounding. Oh no, I actually don't even own a microwave. I'm not even, the only thing I would ever end up microwaving is coffee, so I just don't have one. I just always heat it up on the stove. Okay, so how about that, guys? I'll shut this down. We'll have another stream later tonight. So keep an eye on my Twitter feeds. It'll probably be about 4 hours from now, so maybe like around 8 o'clock Eastern time, I would say. What do I eat? You saw what I eat. Yogurt with sugar and yogurt with maple syrup and oatmeal in it. Yep, oy vey, shut it down. This He Will Not Divide Us stream is going to be abandoned. It'll be fun. We'll come back in a few hours. I will get myself some wine, and then everything will just be fantastic from there. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys in a couple of hours.